The fourth quarter between the Seahawks and the Patriots actually got really interesting, and let me show you exactly what happened. So we get this 1st and 10 here with Seattle. They're in 12 personnel. They're going to get an inside release kind of post over the middle, take away the DB and the safety. From there, we're going to sell run here to the right. We're going to get these guys out blocking, but instead we're going to leak into this little post or corner route, I guess you could say, as we sell block. Essentially, what's going to happen is A.J. Barnes is going to break past the second level of this defense, get a wide open touchdown through pressure, end up getting there anyway. Easy touchdown for A.J. Barner. The Seahawks go up 19-0 with about 13 minutes left to go in the ball game, but things start to get interesting. So a streaker comes out on the field, kills the entire momentum. Mike Rabel's pissed because he thinks there should have been a foul, which there should have been on, I think, Joby, on Stephon Diggs on the sideline. No call, but ends up being a 1st and 10 here for New England. Now they're going to get a 1-on-1 matchup with Matt Collins. You see Tariq Woolen's not in position, so he's kind of trying to run over here. We're going to get this little up and then stop, stagger, go ball down the left sideline. Safety's not going to rotate over at all, so you just get 1-on-1 coverage. Quarterbacks are taught to take this read every single day of the week. Back foot touches, he hitches up in the pocket and throws an absolute dime over the shoulder ball to Matt Collins to make this a 19-7 game. Now that's not where things get interesting. Watch what happens next. Seattle gets the ball back, right? But they have to punt. 4th and 11, they have to punt. I can't show the entirety of the punt, but what I can show you is the end. Gets all the way down here, and what looks like it could be a touchback. Look at the hustle here by some of these Seahawks defenders. I think that might be Velus Jones, but ends up tapping it back, and they do pin him inside that 2-yard line. Absolute nasty punt. So at this point, everyone in the arena is thinking, okay, this is probably going to end up being a sack or a turnover or some sort of bad thing happening for the Patriots. But they start driving the ball down the field. So on 3rd and 6, we know Seattle is always sending 4, right? They send 4 every single time, but the problem with that is they don't really play with lane integrity. So you're going to see this guy come off the edge after getting chipped by Hunter Henry. Everyone else is in a full-out pass rush. So what does that mean? Lanes open up for the quarterback to scramble or run, take off, and as our guys drop back into their zones, they tend to drop back really shallow because it's 3rd and 6, right? So boom, as we drop back, we avoid pressure. Will Campbell comes over here, makes a great play, and then boom, there goes Drake May on 3rd and 6, takes off, gets all the way down within that 40-yard line, and things are now starting to heat up here. Seattle's on their heels like, okay, wait, yes, we're up by 12, but this game is not close to being over. If they go down, score a touchdown, there's a lot of time left in this game. Now, for whatever reason here, it's 2nd and 3. There's plenty of time left in the game. You're right around midfield. Got to get some points. You're not really in desperation mode yet, but they're going to get this inside dig route over the middle of the field, maybe a little bit more of a post. There could be a little bit of a miscommunication. All I know, we got one safety over the top. I know you guys can't see him, but as Drake May drops back in the pocket, what do we know, right? There's going to be pressure because they've been getting pressure all night long. You're going to see a chip and release off that top side. We get pressure here off the edge, so it forced him to step up in the pocket, and now we're playing with lane integrity. You see how this guy are not blitzing the quarterback. They're sitting here saying, we are going to make you throw the football. Yeah, we know you're going to want to step up and scramble. We're not going to let that happen like it did last time. So they play with lane integrity. They force Drake May to step up in a high pressure situation, and he throws the football. But to his surprise, his receiver is running more of a post route than a stop route over the middle of the field, and Julian Love gets the easiest interception of his life in the Super Bowl, up by 12 with only 8 minutes to go in the ball game. Now, obviously, he's bringing it back. He gets them already in field goal range to potentially put the game on ice. What a play by Julian Love, but more importantly, what a play by the defense, making the adjustment to play with lane integrity and not allow Drake May to continue to make plays with his legs. So on that drive, they really focused on draining out some clock. They got it to like 9 minutes to about 5.5 minutes. They do end up kicking another field goal to make this a 22-7 point game with about 5.5 minutes left, with the Patriots only having only having 2 timeouts left to go in their pocket. So this became an almost impossible situation here for New England to win this game. What's crazy is all game long we've seen Devon Witherspoon blitz, and you know what? New England, they got sacked by Byron Murphy, but they move the chains. They continue to drive down the field. They get into enemy territory here, and again, they decide, let's send Devon Witherspoon. They don't have anyone quick enough, and because we are showing an immense amount of pressure to that left side of the offensive line, right? We show this guy, but he drops back. We show 1, 2, three guys over there, so they slide their entire line to the left with man-to-man to the right and leave their running back Ramondre Stevenson to pick up that B gap to that right side. And guess what? He can't pick up both of them. Their offensive line makes a huge mistake here. Only could pick up one, and Devon Witherspoon forces the fumble, and there goes Uchenna Nwosu. Gets, I think, the interception. I don't know if they call it a fumble interception. Don't matter, because they run it back for 6, put the nail in the coffin, and the Seattle Seahawks are Super Bowl champions, shutting down the New England Patriots outside of one really one-on-one ball to Matt Collins down the left sideline. The Seahawks just did the unthinkable, and they dominated the New England Patriots offensive line every single play. Drake May didn't have anything to think about, right? As soon as he dropped back, pressure was there, and that was the way the Seahawks won the Super Bowl.